I mean, howdy. Okay, I forgot to unmute my mic. So the thing is, that I'm procrastinating as fuck. So again, this is during the. Oh, I shouldn't have cursed already. Whatever. I think that's now part of it. Whatever. What can I do with that now? Probably nothing. Well, nobody watches these so anyway, so I'm not falling behind on anything. Okay, so leveling up these characters. Actually, oh, except you. Yep.
At your command.
So it's actually pretty fun, even though this team compares, you can see. But I'm freezing left and right. Everywhere. Furina has leveled up for an amount. Actually, do I have anything that I can? Nope, not there. Here. Oh, I do have. Okay. Alrighty. So let's go here. Level up one talent. But it's one talent, nevertheless. Oh,
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
not you. What do you have? I misclicked. Wasn't even supposed to be here. Yeah, of course Amber is behind. Yeah. Let's get here. And with this one. Convert one. Then convert the other one as well. So, but I think I don't have enough to level up this other talent, right? Yeah, I need more of these. Do I have some in? Might be. Give me one. Give me one. Oh. But that's not gonna be enough. Not even closely. Ah, shish. Well, let's just see. Are we lucky? We are. Okay, I did not want to do this. I wanted to jump right into the story, but whatever. We're doing this now. Actually, also. Here, can I claim? Can I claim? I can claim. That means that we're opening up wisely as well. We're not accepting just yet, but actually I'm accepting Neuvillette. Because that's where we are going first. I have a few quests around here, huh? Sheesh.
It's been a while since we last saw Neuvillette. Paimon wonders what he's been up to. Paimon has so many questions about his true identity. Let's go talk to him and find out.
Yeah, that was the exact right moment to talk about this, Paimon. There it is. Ooh. Okay. Got him. So... how many might I need? How many do I have? Okay, so For 2, definitely. But then, why am I here? Okay. Fucked it up a little, but not too much. So let's go with one of these first. Yeah, just one first. Convert. Yep. Then let's do 3 of these. Now, I will... I cannot do that many? How do I have... How did I... Oh yeah, I fucked it up. Whatever. I only should have done 2. My math has left the window. Left. Okay, I'm fucking up expression. That's a good start. Alright. I'm not talking enough in English. Basically, that's why I should stream more, or make videos, or record, or whatever. Basically, talk in English. In my work, that happens sometimes because of guests, but it's nowhere near that deep. Those conversations, and usually follow similar patterns. So whatever. I don't mind, because I will definitely need these talent materials at certain points. Should I go with these guys? I will go with these guys. So the thing is that I've been watching quite a few theorizing videos. However, I am doing that because I have my own theory, which required to revisit some stuff like Enconomia, like the book before Sun and Moon, or
There is no escape.
something similar.
Stabilize.
Busted. Here comes the catch.
The fuse is lit!
To be sure about who is the primordial one, who is the who is the second who came, who is Phanes, who are the 4 shades, because now the lore became much more interesting to me. And when I deep dive into a lore, something like this, I actually, now at this point, I regret that I was not paying that much attention back then. I think it was somewhere around Enconomia where I lost and even before that, maybe I was not paying that much attention to just word quests. However, certain word quests are really containing details about how this Tewat thing works, how their history has been made. And now, because I didn't even know that Genshin was based on Gnosticism. Now that is something that I know not much about. Definitely not anything else than what I gathered from these several videos, but
Torn to oblivion.
This is order. Gather.
Not that I'm basically interested in it,
These are about to get
other than the parallel things of those. And what we have in Genshin Impact. So now I will not, in my theory, I will not get into those. I am actually very invested in that part, especially that part, who the known characters are. Like the traveler, the sibling, who are the descenders. Because, for example, that is one aspect that I definitely think that.
Now you shall perish. There is no escape. Gotcha.
Oh, I fucked it up. Whatever.
Fun is over.
Fuse is lit.
Yeah, now I don't have shield. Okay. Gathering shield. So because now that's the thing that we know about these other words. Not much, but definitely that's obvious that we're in Hoyoverse. So that's we're probably in the same world. I don't have 1% chance that it's not the case. We're in the same world. Not like the what, but the world outside and the universes and whatnot. But it's the same multiverse maybe, but maybe it's just one universe. I don't think that there's a multiverse there. But in the same world in that regard, that Honkai Impact and probably Zelda Zone Zero will be in the same, but different parts of that same universe. Now, for example, I think that my theory is about the fake sky that was mentioned by Dottore. My theory is about the Samsara that was mentioned now multiple times, and I'm going to show you here in this video something that probably many people already know about. I just found out now. I'm almost dead.
There is no escape.
Yeah,
Inazuma shines
fucked it up a little.
This is order.
Yeah, I fucked it up the order very much. How much time did I waste? Not much, 4 seconds. Ish. So, the thing is that the most likely is that we are in the samsara that has a 500-year cycle, and we are not 500 years in. That's the thing. But I kind of don't know that timeline. Sometimes it's more like reference here in this game than actually exact times. And I'm thinking about that because I think it was actually, I don't remember that it was established when the previous Hydroid Archon died. It's but it's implied that she died in the Igeria died in the Canria incident, or during that, not in actually. And many gods have died that way. I mean, not many gods, Archons.
There is no escape.
That's
Stabilize.
it has to be distinguished.
Here comes the catch.
Too late. Okay, so and that's because Furina is there. So the Hydra-Archon Fossilor did not rule, because then their people would have known that that Fossilor, who Fossilor is, but they only got familiar with Furina. Now Furina was Furina is there for how much exactly? Wait, I have a quick button for that. That's not it. That should be it. Oh, it's here. Okay. 183. 600 something was the end. Wasn't it? Then it's even more. Let's check. Five centuries, but how many days? Oh shit, nobody shows it. Everybody just talks about the... Not one... Really. Not one data about it. Let's see. How long was... Oh, it just doesn't tell. I'm not gonna accept your cookies. The story? Where's the story? Okay, I'm taking my sweet time, of course. Like usual. No shit. They're not even telling it here. Oh, here it is, the lore. Official introduction. Why? It's kinda important. The fuck? If I would have gone to a video then to check on that number, that would have been an easier. here and the trivia. No? Shit. Okay, so I thought that it will be an exact 500 years, but nope, that's not it. I'm wrong about that. But still, it had to be a few years between Egeria dying and Fossilor trying to find a solution to the prophecy, because she said that she was almost getting Barnacles. She was trying to mull it over, but she was the second after Egeria, so she was her best familiar or something, best Oceanid familiar. So she probably was already trying to find a solution way before she became the Archon. So before Egeria died. So after she died, and Egeria knew quite well that there had to be some time between that and deciding that okay, we're going with the Furina plan. If it was just 1 year, then I don't think that it fits well. So it should have been some time. So there the timeline does not fit entirely. However, I think the Canria incident was where the Samsara has changed. Well, where you are? There, so talent, and this one we are gonna level up. Oh shit, I have to combine. Actually, we don't have much time from this day, so if I want to get more, because I have more resin to play with, so I can get a little bit more here. For example, one definitely. There you are. Okay, that's dividing by 3. We get one. We get one. Okay, so how much do we have here? 13. It's better if I get at least one. No, shit, I don't get it. Eula, you're fucking with me, not in a good way. So just to back it up, what I'm talking about a little bit, not that much, just a little bit. So level up this one. Oh, but that already took 2 of that, so I don't have any more. Sheesh. Still better that way. Okay, let's change the party, and I'm gonna show what I found, which is like there in everybody's face. It's just most people don't even read this kind of stuff. Many times I don't do it either nowadays, since I'm not streaming. So the other thing is that because I was streaming in Japanese, it confused me in a few things, how I interpreted it. Also learning the language, learning how to read it, everything up. Still,
The Steambird is an excellent publication. They have many outstanding journalists, and the editor-in-chief is always open to new ideas. But most importantly...
Okay, shut up. So here is this one description. That's what we are. That's why we are here. So we are next to the tower thingy, in the new area, the Morte area or something. The tower of Ipsissimus. This will probably mean something now. I will have to look up this Remuria lore as well. We have quite a few, and there are stuff here about this Nazis and Croix Ordo, which is the order of some Nazis. I don't know exactly. It's just this story quest went on for 2 updates. Here in the 3rd update, I did not play it yet, and I barely paid any attention because those were like these hydro thingies, like make believe kind of stuff about something that was. Sometimes at one point I understood that this is like the Aranyaka kind of thingy that was in Sumeru, which was actually important there, but not that much of lore of Tewat. Here, the Narcissus and Croix Ordo is referring to a lot of things that happened, and now my information about what happened here is very few and far between because I've been just clicking through a lot of things because I could not care. I was like in the fatigue, and this is actually probably very important in lore wise, not the actually what is happening. So it makes sense that it's not a main quest or anything, that it's not a voice acted, but a bird quest that is a continuation. Still it's more like a so this is not on the level that Enconomia, but on the level what was telling us many things about, because for example other things that when I paid attention there was such a long time ago, and we cannot basically revisit those stories other than like watching a stream about it on YouTube. What happened in Dragon Spine with Albedo, because that is, for example, for the Hexen Circle, that is another important part, and this is now definitely is a turning point in seriousness, because now we should actually anger Celestia, and I don't think that it's happening. And my theory is about why that is not happening, why we are not angering Celestia, why it was how to say. I think fossil or sacrifice was unnecessary. I think also that so it wouldn't have made a difference if Urina would have fucked it up at one point, and it would have gotten out that she is not the Archon earlier, whatever. It wouldn't have an effect, because I think I think that there's no actual ruling over Tewat now at this point. The throne is empty. That's basically my theory. A significant part of my theory that I think the throne is empty in that regard, that some characters are absent and some characters have don't have the power to intervene as they had earlier. And let's go into this one, because that this will explain a lot. So, on the Tower of Ipsissimus comes from an old concept from the ancient Fontanian kingdom of Remuria. This is why I should revisit it, learn about that, because we don't know much about it. And was used to describe a powerful will that could rule, sustain, and destroy the world. Used to describe a powerful will that could rule, sustain, and destroy the world. That's all. This can mean the primordial one. This can mean the heavenly principles, which I don't think at this point that it's a one entity. I think it's three entities. The heavenly principles is like a concept, and these three entity basically are the sustainers of the heavenly principles, and they are the three of them are referred as the heavenly principles. And I think those are three of the shades, because there are four shades that the primordial one made, and one of them is Phanes. People think that the primordial one is Phanes, but think that her first hand captain, the most loyal shade is Phanes. Also, I think Phanes is Paimon. So, first of all, Phanes is one of the absent ones, because she is Paimon, I think. The other three is the heavenly principles, I think. Or the sustainers of the heavenly principles. Basically the same thing. And now the timeline is messy because of the visions and the gnosis and the descenders. I think the descenders are not, because we are from outside of this world, but not in a way that we were not here already. Yeah, as the traveler, I think we were here, and I think that because when a samsara ends, it was established. I think because the Akasha was what maintained the samsara. The Akasha was needed, so that level of samsara cannot be done because the Akasha is no more. Now we have another thing in the game that resembles to that power and that kind of power, which is Irminsul, and I think Irminsul is what was the Akasha in the samsara in Sumeru. Now the samsara is within the samsara is maintained by Irminsul, and as the samsara cycle restarts, whoever was part of the samsara forgets everything, just like it was with the Akasha by the Academia, and they started again in that samsara, but now they are part of that samsara, which is probably what happened to our sibling. Now, we are there for the first time in the samsara, and that's why we are a descender. But I think every cycle had a descender, and that's why I don't think that the heavenly principles is, I think one sustainer of the heavenly principles is one of the descenders. Maybe more than one. I think they are corrupted. I think the bond that we met is the one who remained there and trying to maintain the heavenly principles. I don't think they are evil. I think they do what they can. They like in a panic mode. So let's go. This tower was designed by the Narcissus and Croix Ordo, and that's why it would be interesting to go back and read on them or watch videos on them. And it represents the evolution of the human soul and the infinite mysteries of the world. That's why we will be going there at one point, and I think I will stream that, because now it's much more interesting to stream this kind of side quests. Okay, so the evolution of the human soul, which is a very interesting concept, that regard that there are laws about it in the lore, and that is why it was important in the Fontaine quest that new kind of humanity was made. which is like wasn't part of that evolution of the human soul and the human race, but more like driving for it. Not driving. It's more like getting a new. So, you know, like a tree is like there are new branches, and the river is like collecting the branches, quote unquote. So I think I think Fontaine was like a river, and Sumeru is there showing us like the tree part of it. But these are all like controlled, maybe not the best word, but probably fitting still. Controlled by fates, and by fates, the gnosis and the visions are definitely fates. I mean, in my theory, that's so. Attach it there, and also I think perfecting humanity is a very important concept. It's about what is happening. So the primordial ones, so all the celestial ones, all the gods, they should have had these goals prioritized all the time. Like anything comes up, still perfecting the human race is the main concept for them. Now, this has been attacked. First of all, not all the gods were like keeping that in front, up front, or some did but still failed, and I think that was the Arkham War about. I think the power of the dragons, the authority of the dragons, was taken away because they did not care. So they had to go through another kind of evolution to get to that point where humanity becomes a factor for them, that they would prioritize them as well. Because definitely the winners of the Arkham War were those kind of gods who did care about humanity. That's why they were like given a nation, or not given, but they were like leaders of a nation, and making it always the best for the nation in any way they can. Except when they fuck it up, like A did, but she did. She made up her mind as well at one point with some intervention, but it happened. And so the Narcissus and Croix Ordo believes that people continuously refine themselves through samsara cycles. You get this sentence why it's important, because this is definitely it's like on a paper and on the ground that the Narcissus and Croix Ordo, and that's why they know about this. So that's why we should read about this more. Believes that people continuously refine themselves through samsara cycles. So it's not like the same day over and over again like it was in Sumeru, but that was like through the Akasha. That was a weaker version. But these include Hyperborea. I think this is Dendro, not Lantian. I think this is Pyro. Remuria, that's the Hydro. And I think that is what happened. That is when Oceanids were created as or changed into humans. And the first half of the fourth samsara, Cryun Arya, which is Kanria, which we are presently experiencing. Now, you see, this I don't know where this comes from. Because now it's definitely, we are in the fourth samsara with the fourth descender. You get it? So I think the third descender was because because the theory usually is that when the unknown god, the sustainer of heavenly principles, got us and sent us to Tewat, we know that we were at least 500 years sleeping, or around 500 years sleeping, because our sibling was there at the Kanria incident. However, I think we don't know actually that we were in this that we were here in this samsara. I think this is where we descended, but we were not. I don't think that we were imprisoned at the beginning of that. I think we were imprisoned in the previous samsara, and our sibling was sent down in the previous samsara. Also summoned at the beginning of the samsara. I'm not exactly sure about that, but he was there when the previous samsara has ended, and that's why he was already, because I think as the Akasha collected the information, everything that was in the samsara at that point when it restarted, that happened with our sibling already on Tewat, why we were not. I think we were in Celestia. I think we were in like one of those stars that our sibling was first, that the unknown god held in her hand. Also, I think this samsara, because somebody has to dream it, I think this samsara is dreamt by one of the Celestials. Somebody from Celestia, and I think it might be that even that one is the primordial one who is dreaming this one, or Phanes. And I think Paimon is Phanes in that regard, that she is the one dreaming this, and that's why she is part of it, but she doesn't remember. But she's also outside, like Dunyarzad was also outside. And I think she's powerless outside. And that's why she is here. And that's why she doesn't know about this. But that's just some dots. Of course, my mic was acting up already. Probably while I was talking about all of this, it was all scratchy, and I'm gonna buy a new mic, because but all the mics every time, that's not the first one. All my microphones are like so sensitive with their cords, and I don't think that that's natural. I know that the cords are usually making the heart and soul maybe more important than the actual microphone. Okay, arguable. Whatever. I'm always fucking it up, and I don't know why. I don't have that much money that I'm buying microphones left and right. So please take note that these are just names given to these eras by the Ordo based on ancient texts, and this evolution refers to spiritual evolution. So I think these are about the incidents that occurred in those times when the samsaras have started. So start of the Kanria is this one. The Remuria one was when the Hydroarchon made the Oceanids humans. We don't know about the Atlantean, and I think the one before that was when Irmin's soul, because this is Dendro, and this is where Irmin's soul was actually becoming this like generator of the samsara, or something. But there something had to happen already. Now the thing is that then these are the same 500-ish years. So this is 2000 years. Now who might refer to these 2000 years as a continuing 2000 years? And the thing that tells me that maybe I'm wrong on more levels, because the first half of the fourth samsara. So there's a second half of this, and that's if that's the case, then it's not 500 years, more like, let's say 1000. Maybe we don't know. 1000 years. Then Natlan is more like it has to be about war. Remuria, it was about the justice. So then the end of the Remuria was when the Oceanids were created, and the first half of this samsara has started with Kenria. No. I mean, the thing is that this concludes the Kenria story. The previous one did conclude that what the Hydro Archon, what the Ejira has done, but that's why I need to read about this. I think what the Ejira has done, and it just affected this samsara as well. Now, the other thing about what Skirk has said about Surtology, the Visionary, and Reindotter, that they are kind of people who are chasing some kind of perfection, which is perfect in humanity or perfect in some parts, like Anne is someone who likes to guide people. Now, I don't think that she is the reincarnation of the Seelie God, but more like driven by the same power as like Hydro, let's say, and someone who uses the also Hydro vision. They might not have the same ambition. It's just that kind of ambition, you know. So that's why I'm a bit conflicted here, because now it seems like as we are getting to the end of our journey through the 7 nations, I think it's not where the samsara will be restarted. It will get into the second phase, more like. But if we go backwards with that, then this, for example, 1,000 years, then this is like 3,500 years since the samsaras has since the first cycle has started. Kinda the end of the Archon War, where they got the Gnosis. The Archons got the Gnosis. And that would put the timeline at the right place. If these are like 1,000 years, then that would explain a lot. If these are not like separated. Some people know about it. Like Nahida doesn't, or didn't, at least at the point where Rukkhadevata has erased herself through her, but she mentioned that she was the branch from the new samsara, or the best branch of the last, but I think it was the new samsara. But there she said it, but everybody forgot it except us, but we kind of didn't care at that point. Okay, I'm drinking. So I think I think that at Kanria there was a revolt, and that revolt has got rid of certain godlike entities, get rid of, not definitely killed them, or got rid of them in that regard. It's more like they had to go through another, because the interesting thing that our sibling, we know that our sibling has traveled with Dainsleif after they met with I forgot the name. You know, Kaya's ancestor, who was in Caribert. You know, when we found the sinner, and where he made the Abyss Order. Basically created the Abyss Order. But the power that the Abyss had was not new there. And I think our sibling went on the journey to collect a much shorter journey. A much longer journey. The same journey, but took his time to go through the 7 nations, to collect all the power of the all the elements, not all the power, but collect power from all the elements, so he could get to that point where he could ascend. I think that ascension is kind of the goal, because we want to get to Celestia. Now Celestia is another thing, because we know that Celestia is not from this world. It's more like it's kind of like a spaceship. And also it is broken, which is actually visible from here. That's why actually I was using this thing. Where you are at this point? There, I think behind the stars at this point, right? Probably. I think I would be able to find it, because I was looking at it behind the stars a lot too. And this flower as well in the way. Okay, then let's change the time. I'm curious, because from the top of the tower will be the best look, I think. So there it is. So first of all, looking from here, we can see that it is broken up. Now we saw it on murals and whatnot, that even when we start the battle pass, it's everywhere. It is shown that it is one landmass, not having these parts off of it. And I think this is because at the beginning of the previous Samsara, I mean, at the end of the previous Samsara, the beginning of this Samsara, whatever, I think our sibling was there, and I think he was able so they were able to ascend, and I think that there was this war up there, and I think there that is the time when we met the unknown god. So we were actually doing something at that point, where this happened. These 2 pillars are the more important, because there were these 9 nails that were like thrown into Tevat, so that it held Teva together, because it was about to break up. So some wars were that big, or impacts of the war were that big that it endangered Tevat's existence, this world's existence, planet's existence, maybe. But we're getting into that. Maybe this is not a planet in the same meaning as usually. And I think these two pillars might be representing those two that we found, one in the chasm and one in Dragonspine. And I think at one point maybe we will have to basically free up all 9, because those might be needed to save Celestia, because I think at one point we will get to the other side of things. I don't think that Celestia by itself is evil or anything, but they have different goals, and now they are as I said, now they are in panic mode. And I think when this happened, this kind of impact, that is when the absence has started, when Celestial powerlessness has started, and basically it has connections to why we have Paimon here, and why are we here. But for us, I think we were living up there. We just never been living on Tevat. I think we're part of the family, and I think we were outside from this world as Celestia is from outside of this world. I think there are chances. There are chances that we are one of the shades, and even bigger chances that we are the incarnations of the primordial one, actually. Which is then that our shades in principle they went against us when we were up there, and that's why we are in this situation, because we need to get out of this situation to get out of the samsara and continue the existence of Tevat, the continuation of Tevat. Now for that, probably the Archons have to be, the Divines, one of them has to be have to be destroyed, which is probably what is the goal of the Abyss, of the Tsaritsa as well. The tools might be different, but the heavenly principles were told at this point that they took the authority of the dragons. It's just a few weeks ago it was told. However, in Enkanomiya, we learned that it was the primordial one who did the same with the dragons. And I think that it's not the same incident. I think that the way how the authority of the primordial, the authority of the dragons that was taken by the primordial one is not the same when that authority was stolen from her by the heavenly principles. I think those things are two different things. I don't think that are I'm not sure about, because we are the fourth descender. That's fact. I don't think that we are the last descender. I think the fifth one is already done here. So these are some of my thoughts. There are more. I'm collecting data to be sure about stuff. But this is part of it. These pillars are they so much representative of the pillars that we have, the nails that we have in Tevat. So getting back here. Okay, there is no intent here to antagonize any research results obtained by the academia. The human spirit undergoes the loss of paradise. So I think that was before the primordial one arrived here. The defeat of evil dragons. Evil dragons. Not dragons, the evil dragons. I think they were evil at the beginning. The dragon sovereigns. But they already had their nations. So that's an interesting thing. The original sin and baptism. And finally, freedom from the gods. Now, let's go back here. Hyperborea. It's Dandro. I think it's the paradise. I think that was the very cool thing before everything, you know, when there was just nature. No humanity, nothing. So that's basically before human. The defeat of evil dragons. Now we know that Natlan, whatever, they are the nation where dragons, the descendants of dragons, a kind of evolution of the dragons is present, and it's filled with war. The defeat is usually at the end of one war when somebody loses. So yeah, Remuria was the Hydro nation. The original sin and baptism. I see the parallel here. And finally, freedom from the gods, which Iscaria was always like defying the gods and revolting against the gods. And that samsara, this samsara might end with we already lost one Archon. So I think this whole thing goes to defeat the Celestial, defeat the Seven, definitely. And I think they know that this is happening. I think they are on the side of this should happen, but it's something that is not their fate. It's not something that they should do. It's something that they are like intervening the least amount as they can. And freedom, the word here is definitely make someone think of Venti at that point, because I think Venti is probably the, except Saritsa maybe, except okay, all of them are important, but I think the freedom from the gods is not just the Archons, but all the gods, that their influence, that they should leave us alone. And as they getting powerless as well, what we need to do at the end of the game, I think, is that the rest of the power that is still grasping and tries to blindly control this world, which was necessary at one point, but now it's like it's more like the obstacle. It's more like that obstacle that cannot get rid of other way than maybe with a sacrifice or because I think it will be said. I think at the very end it will not be it's the success we overthrew the great evil. It's more like how it was with Furiana, that it has to be done, but everybody, so it will be a bittersweet ending where okay, we survived, whatever, but that is not how it should have been done. Okay, finally, we would like to thank the following ladies and gentlemen for their generous support. Madam blah blah blah, Mr. Eliphas, Mr. Probation. Most of the names have been struck out. Now, I think if we would know these, that would make much of a difference, but other than that, it's more like the 3 of them were mentioned, and we don't know if there were others. So if the list was longer or not. If not, just these 3, then it's free. Then we can theorize with that. But I don't think that these are like godlike creatures. But some way they should have the kind of knowledge that makes a target of themselves. Whatever, this description is like fuck me up so much because this is so cool. This is so cool. It's just there are the Ramuria and Artisan Croix, although I need to look behind those stuff. Now, this is not where I'm going. Navigate. Let's start with that. Am I doing everything the way that I want? Probably. I might forget about something. I don't know. Okay, so just one last thought. First of all, just 2 last thoughts. Here is still not going to be that good. So if we are closer to being on the same level as Celestia in height, then it can definitely be seen that this ring around the main aisle, it tilts, so it's not in the same level. This part is on the same level and this part is below. It tilts, and looking from the side, it's way more apparent that it's holding together probably by these structures, or not by, but maybe that's an effect. But these structures are the ones that we see that we saw when we fought the unknown god. Now also there are stuff about the fake sky. Oh yes, that's here it's pretty visible. That it seems like there is a sky and Celeste is behind it. First it was like okay, they made it like that because even the moon has similar attributes, but I also think that the moon is part of this. So because I think this orbits around the planet, not the planet, but outside of the fake sky. And it's, I don't know the connection, but you know about the Canria red sky, and how the red sky is no more. And I think this fake sky is probably the effect of what happened in Canria. But I don't think that the Samsara has started there, and I don't think that the Samsara here is the same in every regard, follows the same logic as the Samsara was in Sumeru, but because I don't think that it's the same exact day happening the same way. It's more like the fates are the same. And this is why the visions are important, this is why the gnosis are important, because that holds the control about the Samsara going in the same direction. Now, who gives? Because someone has the authority up there. It says that the Archons have the authority, but no, they have this power. The Gnosis are more like controlling them, and probably they are getting rid of it because now they know about that control, and they are. This is the way how they are rebelling against it, and so if there are a sustainer of heavenly principles, I think she is the one who is handing out visions, and I also think that she also wants to try to like get out of this situation. So that's why I'm saying that I think she's on the good side, but more like not just her, but I think something ties their hands, and one of them had to die. Yeah, one of them had to. I mean, that's not exactly. So I think because every aspect that we learned through the Archon quest. So that one of them was the or mechanics basically. One of them was the samsara. One of them was the plane of euthymia, which I definitely think that this is like a giant plane of euthymia here, which is inside the samsara. So that's why I think that the entirety of Tewat, not just inside the samsara, but the entirety of Tewat is like a plane, a different plane inside the universe, which has a fake sky. Now what else was with Zhongli and with Venti? I think with Venti it's the freedom, which has the oh no. With Venti we learned how dragons can be like corrupted and controlled by certain means. And I think with Zhongli we might learn or we have learned about erosion, and I think that was the important part of it. I think we are going here in the Hydro. I think we learned how the divine can be separated from the human side, and that's what I think is happening with, first of all, with Paimon, and maybe even ourselves as the traveler. And where was I going with this? It's definitely that. Oh yeah, just I don't know who it is, but I think the third descender is the same. That the divine was destroyed and made gnosis out of them, but the human part remained. Which is, if our sibling is the third descender, then that might have happened, and that could actually be the reason for the reason for them to go on the journey and collect back all the powers that they can accumulate to get back all that power, which is now, I think, they wield it. Okay, so also, who is Dane Steve? And whatever. So the theories go way deeper than that. This is basically most that I collected in the last 2 weeks, 1.5 weeks. And I really think that that I'm onto something. I don't think that I'm exactly correct, but I think I'm onto something. Let's see, Neuvillette. What's up with you? Hey, Sadine.
Wait, did I hear that right? Monsieur Neuvillette, are you sure you'd like to take over the case yourself?
That's right.
No, but why? Technically speaking, cases like this are better left to the guards.
Neuvillette! Sadine! Hey there! What are you two talking about?
What is it talking about?
Ah, Traveler in Paimon, please help me talk our Chief Justice out of this. He wants to investigate a case on his own.
On his own? How
This is
dare
completely
he?
unprecedented. How can we have the Udex acting like a private detective?
Starting a new job? I can introduce you to some amazing detectives.
I trust that you'd be able to work that out with how well connected you are, but I must apologize. I do not plan on relying on anyone else's help for this matter.
Okay, I'm curious.
So, what is it exactly? It sure sounds serious if it's something you've got to investigate personally.
Somehow we will be there.
A Melusine named Kiara received a
Oh.
threat letter.
But wait. You know, or is it Kirara? Okay.
And then?
That is all the information I have acquired at this stage.
Okay, and he took it seriously.
I have no idea why you're so hung up over this. I've checked the schedule in advance, and it seems like there aren't any trials today. So, if you insist, I have no objections.
Thank you for understanding.
Then I shall return to my post for now. If anyone were to visit while your way, I will make sure to record their visit. I sincerely hope that you will return soon. Did they have to fuck up Sadine's line? Sadine has one of the best voice lines. Or whatever.
Judging from Sadine's reaction, it must be pretty rare for you to investigate stuff personally. What's so...
I cannot tell you just yet, but it reminded me of certain past events.
Huh.
There could be complicated conflicts of interest behind all this, so I must eliminate all risks in advance.
Conflicts of interest? Care to explain in detail?
Come on! Stop being so secretive! We still have no idea what's going on!
It is not my intention to keep you in the dark, but I need some time to revisit those memories and collect my thoughts. Long story short, a little more than 400 years ago, I became the Udex of Fontaine and initiated a series of institutional reforms. There were few people I could trust, but I had two subordinates who were exceptionally trustworthy and capable. Carol, a Melusine, and Vautrin, leader of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
Well, try. I will fuck it up.
They must have been amazing people to receive such high praise from you!
Indeed. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to protect them. The reforms damaged the interests of some, and the more conservative faction took advantage of Carol's identity to instigate political unrest. Ultimately, they wanted me to yield more of my power. The incident resulted in Carol taking her own life, and Vautrin being exiled. From then on, I've been especially careful when dealing with cases related to Melusines.
Shit. You're concerned that you're the perpetrator's real target? Seems like you're using Melusines against you. They are using Melusines against you. Actually, other thing that we definitely have more and more deaths. I think the first real death was at the first Dane Steve Quest. It was like 1.6, 1.7, somewhere like that. 1.6. And after that, there were really few. Maybe Signora was a very memorable one. But now here in Fontaine, there's like that's left and right.
All Melusines used to live a secluded life away from human society. I granted their wishes when some of them, including Carol, asked me to bring them to the court of Fontaine. Many common folk believe that I share a special bond with the Melusines, and whatever they do can be traced back to me. Some of them, especially those who hold a grudge against me, exploit that belief and stir up conflict over Melusines in an attempt to lay the blame on me. I have nothing against the opinions of others, but the moment a whirlpool of conspiracy forms, it inevitably affects the innocent.
Actually, that's true.
It has already happened once, and I want to make sure it does not happen again.
Even so, why do you have to be the one investigating? There's the guards, the Maréchaussée Phantom, and the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Aren't they more than enough to figure out what's going on?
Based on prior experience, there is a high chance that those who hold hostility towards me do not belong to the same department. The political system of Fontaine is relatively complex and involves the interests of multiple different factions. However, since I am technically an outsider in Fontaine, a lot of trouble could be avoided if I personally took on the case.
Outsider? But aren't you the Chief Justice of Fontaine? Why would you be an outsider?
I understand where you are coming from, but there is not necessarily a connection between my responsibilities and how I perceive myself. You know very well about my true identity, and have even met others of my kind in other nations. Even though I was born with a human form, there is a fundamental difference between dragons and humans. Taking on the role of Chief Justice does not make me a part of this community. In fact, the status I was granted has prevented me from forming deeper bonds with others. I have lived in Fontaine for a long time, but I do not belong here. That is why I call myself an outsider, a fish out of water.
If you put it that way, we are also outsiders to Fontaine.
Yeah, we have nothing to do with all those organizations anyway. So how about we come with you on your investigation?
Called it. I mean, that was obvious.
Team up and round up all the bad guys lurking in the dark.
That does not sound like a bad idea. I rarely investigate cases on my own, but with professionals like you around, I'm sure it will go a lot smoother.
Oh, Paimon's starting to get a little embarrassed. Just leave it to us.
Let us go. We should visit Kiara first and try to gain a better understanding of the situation.
Okay.
So Neuvillette feels like he doesn't truly belong here in Fontaine, but is that really true?
First, I think that they will do nothing about it now, because why would they? But it's so funny that the movement skills in this game that we have is so quick and responsive, but during the cutscenes, no character can go turn otherwise than just in one place, and they can only run or go in just one direction. So it cannot be like they are walking and they are turning while they are walking, which is like one of the easiest way to do. And they even have this delay that they turn and they wait before they start going. It's really like on stage. Like it's very staged, like movements, and it's funny. Also, just what I wanted, because somebody pointed it out. Other than there's a crown on Paimon, which is like it's very much telling, but because we were there, but I did not show in domains when you know there's that tree that gives us the rewards for the domain, which is, you know, like part of Irmin's soul. And above each domain, above those trees, there are 5 crowns, one bigger one and 4 smaller ones. The 4 smaller ones are the shades, and the one big one is the primordial one, definitely. Now those look the same way as this, and also they are like tied on tied towards the sky, like disappearing. The ties disappear in the nothingness. So they are like descended crowns in one way, and other than that, those crowns are above Irminsul. So it's more kind of like Irminsul is crowned by the original kings ish, and also this primogem here on Paimon's hair is that it's black. That's not my theory. That's something that I just recently saw that it's probably because the power of it is taken. So that's why. But still, I don't think that. I think she's Phanes, and I think we are the primordial one. But we are reincarnated. However, also there is no, maybe we are not. No, we are not the primordial one. That would be too far-fetched. But I don't think that Paimon is either. Because Paimon is definitely a guide. But it would make sense that this is in reality her story and we are the companion. I'm too deep in this. Okay, so I don't want to. We don't know enough yet, but I think my direction is better in that regard. Not that who Paimon is. That's not the most important thing here, but it's more like I kind of forgot what was my strongest point there, but definitely somewhere where we really misunderstand our sibling, and we really misunderstand, I think, the heavenly principles. They are guilty as well. It's just as well as I say. It's more like when we will find out what happened there and what has to happen because of that. I think we will be like, oh yeah, I get it. Now it makes sense. Paimon being the primordial one is more like, for me, more like just the name. That it almost sounds like Paimon, primordial one, like, you know, like Hodor. Hold the door.
Paimon feels like he has a kind of skewed perspective on a lot of things. Anyway, let's catch up with him first.
Remains of the past day.
Paimon's been thinking. You called yourself a fish out of water, right? But since you're the Hydro Dragon, would a dragon out of water suit you better?
Thank you for your suggestion. I will consider using the more accurate term in private occasions.
Yep, definitely.
Please allow me to rephrase. Has a dragon out of water?
Ugh, that sounds kind of weird. Let's stick with the previous version instead.
Yeah, because that needs to have context. And for those people who don't have the context, it's going to be fucked up. Oh, there's a new day. Ah, okay. Let's stay immersed. I'm not gonna go there. This kind of immersion that somebody just guides all over Fontaine. Okay, I need some stamina. Can I get rid of this? Oh, I can! I did not think. Ah! Okay. Could we get a chest somewhere here? Yo? Okay, so before that. Where are you at? Is she higher? Why? Kirara. Okay, so it's not the same. Huh? It's impolite to point.
The weather's amazing today.
Yay.
Kiara,
Hey. Be cute.
Monsieur Neuvillette! And you are?
Don't you read newspapers?
Oh, I remember. You're the Traveler and Paimon. I've heard about you.
Okay. Nice save.
Aw, she's adorable. Hey there, it's nice to meet you.
Hey there.
Thanks for the compliment. Is there anything I can do for you?
I heard from Sidine that you received a threatening letter.
A threatening letter? Oh, right! I remember now.
Oh, she barely remembers.
The letter fell through the crack in my door as I was heading out this morning. It said something about catching me, so I thought someone wanted to play hide and seek.
Their memory is different because this is not the first time they are like, oh, it's all coming back to me. They really easily like store away recent memories, like they are old memories. Maybe they get the old memories easier, like or recall old memories easier. I don't know. It's a bit fucked up because they both of the times, or here in this conversation 2 times already, that first they didn't know who we are, and then okay, I remember now, and then threatening letter. What you're talking about? I remember now. Threatening letter. They don't get this emotional connections with their memories. That's what I'm thinking.
But Sidine told me it was a threatening letter, and that I could be in danger. But that's not gonna happen with everyone looking after me, right?
Have you run into any suspicious-looking people recently?
Suspicious-looking people? What kind of suspicious?
That's a very good cop who who questions that. Who makes that question? Someone who follows you from behind? Someone who always strikes up a conversation with you? No.
Did you think of something?
Nope. I don't remember meeting anyone like that.
Do you still have the letter with you? I want you to show me what it says.
Oh, let's see. Found it.
Yep.
Now then, get lost. If you don't leave the Maréchaussée Phantom, I will come and catch you in person. Don't say I didn't warn you. A simple threat. Neither the handwriting nor the content itself reveals anything about the writer's intentions.
Are they concealing their identity on
We
purpose?
can't rule out that possibility. Since you can't think of anyone suspicious, I will be heading back to the Palais Mermonia to review some official documents. Kiara, you should come with us. It's safer if you stay close by.
Sure.
Sure.
Wait, no. I still have a case to work on. I promised Alof that I'd check on her place later.
But you are being watched right now. Going off on your own could be dangerous.
And that's where we come in to help. We'll stay with Kiara and make sure she's safe. With
Huh.
us around, anyone scheming to hurt Kiara can forget about it!
Thank you, Traveler. Big Sis Paimon.
Exis Paimon?
Oh. Don't worry, your big sis Paimon is super strong!
We're so proud.
All right, let us go our separate ways for now. Please take care of Kiara.
We'll take her to a lost place right away! See you around!
Yay.
So, Kiara, how old are you?
Let me think. 1, 2, 10? I can't remember. But I remember coming to the Court of Fontaine with Carol and Neuvillette. That must have been a long time ago.
Carol? Didn't Neuvillette mention her just now? That was more than 400 years ago! Why would Paimon be a big sister to you?
My memory isn't that good. But Carol told me I could address others based on how I feel about them. Paimon feels a lot more grown up than me, so you're a big sis.
Yeah.
Paimon sees. Hey, Traveler, did you hear that?
But can't we see? I don't think that we can actually catch. Charlotte.
Strange. Paimon felt like someone was following us.
Hey.
Kiara, you're here. Huh? Wait, aren't these two?
Yep, we are.
Oh, they're the Traveler and Big Sis Paimon.
I thought so. What brings you here?
We're on a secret mission. We're protecting Kiara.
Did you run into any trouble?
It's not really trouble anymore with us around.
May I
Oh,
begin
there was-
inspecting the store as planned?
Of course. Go ahead.
Then I could see. Oh, at this point now. No?
No hazards detected. You've cleared the inspection. Seems like the criminal from that case last month never set foot in here at all.
That was quick. What were you
There.
inspecting?
There is someone. There is someone.
I took a look around the shop. Neuvillette says that us Melazines have special eyes that can see things people can't. Things like bloodstains. No matter how hard you try to clean them up, we Melazines can see their residual stains for some time. Pretty cool, huh?
All right. Now that you're done inspecting, can we have a chat? Hear me out. I'm planning to release an outfit for children next month and wanted to hire you as my model. Is that okay with you?
Of course! Is there anything I need to do?
Please wait a moment while I take your measurements. The sample should be a perfect fit.
Seems like they get along really well.
Yeah?
What are you looking at?
Okay, so there might be the actual suspicion. I think there's someone over there.
Is there really someone watching us? Shh! Let's sneak over and take a look.
Okay. Can be actually. There's Charlotte, but she was here. But then it's staged.
Strange. Why isn't he back yet?
Gotcha!
Why is this so funny to me? I don't get it. I'm gonna linger. And how her iris like dilates when she that's so good. Paimon as well.
Charlotte, what are you doing here?
Huh?
Oh, wait, don't tell Paimon you're the one who sent Kiara
threat letter? What threat letter?
What are you doing here exactly?
This is starting to feel like an interrogation. Okay, I'll be straight with you. I don't know the slightest thing about that threat letter you mentioned. I only wanted to follow Monsieur Neuvillette and request an interview with him.
Yep, you might not do it the right way.
You want to interview him?
That's right. I'm not the only one, you know. Interviewing him is every journalist's dream. But it's not an easy task to accomplish. The Palais Mermonia rarely accepts appointment requests from us, and we never have the chance to interrupt when the court's in session. So imagine how surprised I was seeing him out on the streets today. It seemed like you were investigating something too. The perfect opportunity to whip up an exclusive, don't you think? Of course, I'll make sure to turn in my manuscript to him for review. I have my principles, and I'd never publish an article without the consent of all parties involved.
I don't think he'd agree. It's better if we kept this secret.
Yeah, we're doing a secret investigation that can't be made public knowledge.
I see. Well, if you say so, I guess I'll put this matter aside for now. What a shame. Chances like this don't come by very often, you know. In exchange, could you tell me what the threat letter is about? I swear I won't tell.
Hehe.
All right then.
It tells you not about the letter Kiara received.
What? Someone's targeting a cute little Melazine?
Shh, not so loud.
It just so happens that I did an interview with Kiara. Last month, in fact. It was well received by our readers, so I was planning to continue the series. And now someone's coming after her.
She's so excited.
I'll ask my colleagues about it. Who knows? We might find something. And don't worry, I know what I'm doing. This secret's safe with me.
Yeah, I asked my colleagues about it, but the secret's is safe.
But I gotta warn you, even if I keep my lips sealed, others will know eventually.
Yep,
Why?
that's true.
People care a great deal about Monsieur Neuvillette's each and every move. Some may have already realized that something was up. Besides, the case involves Melazines, so...
What's about Melazines?
Anyway, I'll get going now. Watch yourselves, alright?
Alright.
Well, that was a nice chat. Let's head back and check on Kiara.
Okay. Oh, there's another player
What do you
involved.
think? The design looks pretty good, huh?
I think it's great.
Huh. It's
Ah.
very pretty indeed.
Haran, what are you doing here? It seems that you just showed up out of nowhere.
As I passed by the Palais Mermonia, I heard that Neuvillette was investigating a case with you. Technically speaking, he and I are under an employer-employee relationship. It didn't feel right to have my employer personally take on such trivial cases. I happened to have some time at the moment, and came to take a look. I sometimes have my clothes custom-made at this boutique, in any case, so we always have a lot to talk about.
Is this custom made? It really looks like it's not exactly your size.
Neuvillette sure is lucky to have someone like you.
Leave this to me. You should go meet up with Neuvillette.
Okay then, we'll leave Kiara in your hands. Come on, let's go find Neuvillette.
Alright. Let's go to Mermonia. Memoria. Oh, I have to. I don't want to use the elevator, so I'm cheating. All right. What did you find, Chief Justice? What did you find? Yo, Violet.
Oh, you're back. Is everything all right?
Yep. I mean, kind of. It seems like.
We ran into Cloran. She offered to help us protect Kiara.
That is good to hear. I trust her abilities. It looks like Kiara is in good hands.
We thought so too. Well, did you find any leads?
I've been looking over the case records, specifically inspection reports submitted by Kiara and major cases I've judged over the past decade. I've come up with 2 plans. On one hand, I could start with Kiara and track down the group behind all this step by step. On the other, I could also analyze the conflicting interests of these major cases and confirm my suspicions if there is indeed a mysterious group that bears a grudge against me.
Okay, so you made that connection way before anything indicated that connection is that there's a group and they are targeting you. I mean, you know that, but you connected it with the Kiara incident, which doesn't seem like at this point, or maybe I've been overlooking something, but for me it doesn't seem like it has a reasonable connection yet.
They both sound like pretty solid plans, but can you really finish browsing through all these documents? That's a lot of reading even for Paimon.
Don't worry, I'm a fast reader when it comes to official documents. After all, I have several hundred years of reviewing under my belt.
Well, help you read through them. We have nothing else to do.
Thank you. I will continue looking through the ones piled up on the desk, but feel free to browse through anything else in this room.
Okay. So we will have to read. Callas, boss of the Spinel Rusula, was defeated in a duel and died of serious injuries. The defense of his honor has now come to a close, and the defendant did not raise any objections throughout the trial. Iudex Neuvillette reserved judgment in this case. Its details are still under investigation. But Wriothesley, The defendant, Wriothesley, has confessed to his crimes and was declared guilty by Iudex Neuvillette. Wriothesley will be exiled to the fortress of Merpeed, where he will be serving his sentence. During the trial, Neuvillette remained silent for a long time. Yeah. The Representative Council has filed a request to collaborate with the Phantom on certain public events. Based on research, they believe that Melusines can enhance the popularity of these events. The Phantom has yet responded, however, it has not prohibited the Melusines from participating in such activities. About the smuggling case, about the bribery case. There has been a severe bribery scandal with the guards. The Special Security and Surveillance Patrol has investigated the case. All suspects involved have been arrested. The suspects have confessed to their crimes. Okay. What about the smuggling? The smuggling case was solved by the joint forces of the guards and the Phantom. The principal offenders have received a judgment based on the severity of their crimes. Please refer to the appendix for the list of names. Yep, that was all.
Have you made any progress?
We skimmed through some of them, but there wasn't anything useful. Oh, there's so many documents lying around. Just how many cases have you handled?
I would love to answer that question, but the truth is I've never made a precise calculation myself. If memory serves me right, there should be at least 100,000 cases. The documents you see are just a small fraction of what's really there.
Okay, this is the point where we will say that maybe we should take another method.
Whoa, that's a lot. Looks like the work of a Chief Justice isn't easy at all.
That might be how it seems from another's perspective, but trials and official duties are, to me, simply routine. There are many documents here. Take a break if you are tired.
You read Paimon's mind.
All right, let us take a break then.
Okay, so we looked over 5. That means that 99,900 95. Is it right? Huh. I can't count. He found something? Maybe?
Even though resting is a part of taking a break, shouldn't we at least talk about something? All this silence is making Paimon feel really awkward.
Please pardon my lack of consideration. People rarely come to the Palais Memonia for matters outside of work. To be quite honest, I am not sure what we should do. Would you like to have some drinks, perhaps? You must be thirsty after all that work.
Ooh, drinks! Thank you! Paimon wonders what Neuvillette likes to drink. Oh, maybe he's a fan of really fancy wines. He seems like the type of person who'd own an entire winery. You know, like Diluc.
Neuvillette momentarily leaves and brings back several exquisite wine glasses.
What's inside these glasses? It looks just like water.
An astute observation. It is indeed water.
Yeah?
So it's just plain old water?
We're like, what the fuck, man? At least some alcohol in it. We're not that young.
What did you think it was?
Since you're the Chief Justice and all, Paimon thought you'd prefer something more sophisticated.
Yeah, but he's in the Hydro Nation.
This water is indeed very special. It would not be an overstatement to call it sophisticated.
Huh?
I believe you've already tried Fonta. In fact, there are many other drink factories in Fontaine, including those that specialize in packaging pure drinking water. Said water is sourced from all across Tevat, including Mondstadt's Cider Lake, Liyue's Chintsa village, and Inazuma's Konda village. Here is one of their latest products, water from Sumeru's Apam Woods.
Is there any difference? They're all just water, aren't they?
If I were to comment on their mouthfeel, the waters of Cider Lake warm the heart. The waters of Chintsa village have a poignant touch, while one might call the waters of Konda village placid.
Okay. There are words here that I don't know what they mean, so just bear with me for a second. Poignant. It's like touching, moving, sad, saddening, affecting, pitiful, piteous, pitiable, pathetic, sorrowful, mournful, tearful, wretched. Placid. Placid is like calm, quiet, peaceful, relaxed. Okay. I kind of thought the other way around. I mean, not the words, but I would expect that the water from Chingsa village would be the placid, and the water from Konda village would be poignant. It would make sense. The Cider Lake won the heart, definitely, because cider, you know.
Distinct differences exist between the waters of each area. You will appreciate their intricacies once you taste them carefully.
Really?
Let Paimon try!
Okay.
What do you think?
It's just water.
Nope. Paimon couldn't taste any difference at all. Isn't this just normal water?
How regrettable. It seems like you still have a long way to go in refining your tastes.
Hehehe. Shots fired.
Hey, this doesn't have to do with refining our taste. Paimon's pretty sure most ordinary people can't tell the difference. How did you do it anyway?
Water. I mean, Hydro Dragon.
Oh, could it be because you're the Hydro Dragon?
That could be the case.
We are allowed to bring that up, right? Since no one else is around? Oh, Paimon's been wanting to ask this for ages. If you're the Hydro Dragon, Why would you become Chief Justice in human society?
Also, even though I'm playing this after our conquest is concluded, at this point, when Neuvillette's quest has came out, it wasn't, right? I mean, at this point, story-wise, Furina is still the still poses as the Archon. Huh?
Sorry, Paimon was just curious. You don't have to answer.
There's nothing to hide. I was simply organizing my thoughts. I accepted this position because I wanted to seek out answers to questions that have perplexed me.
Questions? Are there really things you can't figure out?
Many, in fact. But the one question that puzzles me the most concerns my own existence. In essence, I neither know why I was born in this form, nor do I understand where my long life should take me. I lost many memories from the moment I was born. The primordial sea, for example. I can only vaguely recall its connection to me, but I am unaware of what that connection is exactly.
There's a lot of mistakes. It could be probably when these were written, it was not recorded, and when the lines were recorded, they did not change the text. Seems like. Huh. Is there anyone who can answer those questions?
Perhaps the elemental dragons of other nations may have some form of an answer. However, they are scattered across all of Teyvat. Abruptly visiting could very well pose an unpredictable risk.
True. Some of them have very unique personalities, too.
I have been holding on to these unanswered questions for a long time. But there is one thing I've discovered along the way. My emotions easily resonate with those of others. Even I don't have the slightest idea what they mean.
Huh.
My guess would be that there are at least some similarities between humans and myself. By observing their behavior, perhaps I could one day understand the meaning of my existence.
I see.
Have you made any progress then?
Perhaps, but I find such progress difficult to describe. As an outsider, chances to engage in meaningful interactions with others are few and far between. That's why I'm quite thankful for this chat. Such opportunities are rare. Alas, time is limited. We should move on with our investigation.
Are we gonna continue reading these documents? Paimon's getting dizzy already.
You just got a break.
I wasn't able to find any leads even after browsing through most of the documents. But while we were on the topic of water a moment ago, another idea came to me.
Water? Do you mean...
The Fountain of Lucine?
That's right. The Fountain of Lucine is where all of Fontaine's waters converge. It is the vessel of countless memories and emotions. If there really were an organization attempting to use Melusines against me, they should also hold an intense resentment towards me. Perhaps we'll be able to find some new leads by sensing the hydro element within the fountain.
Huh. Why didn't Paimon think of that? Come on, let's go take a look!
I mean, that's not the most obvious
Perhaps we
thing.
should go. There shouldn't be too many people near the Fountain of Lucine during the evening.
Oh, that means that it's the evening, huh? Yeah, I stole the books that I could steal. Right? However, thing is, we're going right there, but the thing is that I did not know about Furina crying in the fountain. And as far as I know, since we concluded our conquest, she's not crying there anymore.
Neuvillette? Are they headed towards the Fountain of Lucine?
Huh? What the?
I probably shouldn't disturb them. I wonder what's going on.
What if I'm not going that direction? Okay, so it was expected that I will not detour. Anyone else want to say something? Nope.
Looks like we got lucky today. There's hardly anyone around.
What should we do next? Oh, Traveler, can you still hear the voices from the fountain?
No, not really. Should I drink more primordial water?
Perhaps leave the investigation to me. I need you to take a few steps back and keep a safe distance.
A safe distance? Neuvillette, what exactly are you? Whoa, it's glowing!
Okay, you know more about the incident. I mean, not issue, or how the fountain works. A wave of dizziness washes over you. Alright. I'm blind. What just happened? Everything looks a little different than how they are normally. I should continue forward and take a look around. What if? Haha. Special story mode. What if I want to leave the area? Is Paimon going to turn me around, or I'm just going to be reset? There's nothing here. Ah! I probably shouldn't go too far just to be safe. And I cannot dash or run. I mean, sprint. I cannot even jump. Huh? Also, what about the leaves? Carol? Huh?
Thank you for bringing us here, Monsieur Neuvillette. The Court of Fontaine is truly incredible. There's so many things I've never seen or heard before.
I understand your excitement, but there's no need to thank me. Although I have responded to your wishes, it was not without personal interest. Melusine's special sight make them especially suited for joining the Maréchaussée Phantom. I'm certain you'll become an indispensable part of Fontaine's detective force.
I know, but I'm really glad to be of help. Not only can I repay you for your kindness, but also, it feels like my life has become a lot more meaningful.
But a meaningful life also comes with its risks.
It's definitely the safest to just stay in the village, but I want to see the outside world nonetheless. In truth, I've never really understood the purpose of my existence, or what I'm capable of contributing to this world. For almost 20 years, we've stayed in our village without finding any answers. That's why we wanted to leave our village and look for the meaning of our existence elsewhere.
Yeah, he can relate.
I understand your confusion. In fact, I feel the same way. I too came here for an answer to my questions about my own existence.
Really? Could you tell us what we should do to fit in as you did? The truth is, many people threw rocks at us today and told us to go back to our village. It hurt a lot when they hit me in the head, and I tried really hard not to cry.
Logically speaking, both time and effort are essential when different species attempt to peacefully coexist. It will be a difficult road ahead, with countless obstacles to overcome. Different identities and ways of thinking all contribute to strengthening the barrier between one another. Removing it will be no easy feat. There aren't many suggestions I can share, because just like you, I haven't fully integrated into this society. Despite my social status, I am still an outsider.
Oh, I see. Let's all do our best then. I'm confident that we'll find the meaning of our existence one day.
I believe in you, but you shouldn't lose sight of the difficulties ahead. If you run into any trouble, I suggest that you inform Vautrin, the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
Huh? Is he the person I met in the Palais Marmonia earlier?
Yes? Do you have any concerns?
That stone-faced human. He didn't even bother to look at me when I tried talking to him. It felt like he wasn't interested in anything but work.
He is an earnest man. There will be plenty of opportunities to work together in the future, so please try to get along.
I'm thinking, will he regret his decision here?
Hello. Can I help with anything?
Thanks, but no need.
Oh,
Okay.
hello. I'm Carol, a Melazine. Is there anything you need help with?
Get away from here! I'm calling the guards.
Please, calm down. I don't mean to cause any harm.
Hard to say.
Alright.
Yeah, we should probably stay away from these monsters. Haven't you realized? Strange incidents have been increasing ever since they came.
Why should we trust this species from who knows where anyway? I can't believe Neuvillette allowed them into the court of Fontaine just like that.
Huh.
Exactly. That so-called Chief Justice even granted them official positions. Not only that, but they're now responsible for investigating cases as well. I swear, there's some hidden agenda at play here.
Yep. Acceptance, tolerance, and stuff like that, you know.
Go away! Quit acting innocent!
Quit acting innocent. So, be like a criminal just so I can be right. Just because that's more important, but that I'm thinking this way and you should act the way I think that you would. Yeah, that's important.
I'm not leaving. I won't let you say bad stuff about him. We joined the Maréchaussée Phantom and solved lots and lots of cases. We've never done anything wrong.
Solving cases? With Neuvillette in cahoots with you? You could have fabricated it all, and no one would know. So tell me, how can you guarantee that you Melazines aren't involved in anything that occurred recently?
Didn't I tell you before? Don't go advertising if you're not a good talker.
Vautrin?
Aside from spreading unjustified rumors, if you continue insulting members of the Maréchaussée Phantom, the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol has every right to subject you to interrogation. There have indeed been an increase in cases recently, perhaps due to the shifting currents of conspiracy, and I understand your concern. However, there's been no evidence pointing towards Melazines being involved.
Even the captain of the security patrol is on their side. Neuvillette's newly reformed police force is already corrupt to the core.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
You heard that?
Yeah. I don't understand. Why won't anyone believe us?
Because they fear.
There have been rumors saying that you were born from calamity, and that you inherently bring danger to those around you. There are countless negative rumors about you floating around in Fontaine. It's near impossible for you to become a part of this society. Best if you give up before it's too late.
Monsieur Neuvillette said that we needed to put both time and effort in. I don't know how long it'll take, but I can at least try making my best effort.
I still want to try a little harder. Thank you for bailing me out earlier. Okay, I won't be taking any more of your time. I painted a lot of flyers last night, so I have to stay and hand them out to everyone.
Give them to me.
You're not gonna take them away, right?
We'll hand them out together. The faster we get this done, the sooner we can head back.
That's a good man. That's a good man, if I can see any. What's it? Are these just... But they're not shadows. I don't get...
Monsieur Neuvillette, what's this?
Medals of Peace, awarded to you and Vautrin. Thank you for your continued dedication in the past 5 years. You've taken one small step forward in helping Melusines gain the trust of humans.
I think I'll pass.
Hey, don't say that. We wouldn't have made it this far without you.
I'm curious.
It won't be long before Melusines begin living peacefully with the humans. Just the thought of it makes me happy.
Don't keep your hopes up. We've barely scratched the surface. There's still a long way to go before that dream of yours comes true.
Yeah, he's a realist.
You blockhead! Don't ruin the mood!
Vautrin brings up a good point. The trust humans have placed in you is still very fragile. Any small incident could undermine the hard work you've put in. Please be on your guard for the next few days.
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it.
Medal of Peace? Peace isn't going to give us back what's rightfully ours.
What's rightfully yours,
Are you sure we should do this? We're no match for Neuvillette, even with all our powers combined. What if...
Nah, not gonna happen. As long as he remains in his position, there's no chance he'd take us out personally. There are rules even he must comply with in the political sphere, unless he wants to become an enemy of Fontaine. So quit worrying and just go ahead with it. I've already planned out the murder. Once we lay the blame on the Melusines as the person who brought them to the court of Fontaine, Neuvillette will be left with no excuse.
I guess you're right. Ugh. If he just left things the way they were, it never would have come to this. But he's forced our hand. Time to teach him a lesson.
Well, how do we... I mean, okay, this is from the...
Turn the murderer in!
Can I look at... I can't even look at the... Because now we're heading back where we came from. What? How did that happen?
Melusines can't be trusted! That goes for Neuvillette too!
Okay, something has changed in 400 years.
Peaceful coexistence? What a joke. Get out of the court of Fontaine and don't ever come back!
The results of the investigation are in, Captain Vautrin.
Go on.
There is no direct evidence, but reasonable inference indicates that the ones controlling the situation are supporters of the old regime, whose interests have been undermined by the reform. They tricked Miss Carroll into going to the crime scene and pressed charges against her. After that, they incited panic among the people in order to make Monsieur Neuvillette confess to his mistakes and yield up power. The guards were stopped by the enraged mob and couldn't intervene in time. Miss Carroll chose to sacrifice herself to pacify the situation.
What do you mean? Sacrifice herself?
And she called me a blockhead. A little investigation would have cleared things up. Why didn't she wait until we'd established the truth? She didn't have to prove her innocence like that.
The situation had rapidly escalated to a physical altercation between infuriated citizens and the guards. Miss Carroll might have thought there was no better plan.
That is indeed something she'd do.
Captain Vautrin, should I present these results to Monsieur Neuvillette right away?
There's no need. Notify the guards to restrict public access to all information.
Restrict access to... Wait, are you planning to...
What does he
There's
plan?
something I've never told Carol. I had a little sister named Ilaria who passed away when I was very young. She's just like Carol in every possible way. Innocent, kind, always believing the best of people. People like her are the most vulnerable to deception and betrayal. From the moment I met Carol, I knew that she'd be easily manipulated by others. I kept a cold demeanor and tried lecturing her into giving up.
Looks like she was unfazed by that.
Yes. In fact, some of her spirit must have rubbed off on me instead. Because I too began working towards that pie-in-the-sky dream of hers. I should have known. Those cowards don't have the guts to confront Neuvillette. They even avoided causing trouble for me. They were after Carol all along. Can you understand how I feel? Right now, there's only one thought on my mind. Only through bloodshed can their debt be repaid.
And this is how you break a good man.
I understand, but I'm certain Monsieur Neuvillette wouldn't accept that as a solution.
That's exactly why we need to keep this a secret. Give me the list of suspects. What happens after this has nothing to do with any of you. I will take responsibility for everything.
Huh. That's quite serious. And now we will see the trial when they got caught. Probably.
Did you know? They're hearing a major case today, and the criminal is Captain Vautrin of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Apparently, he resorted to personal measures to seek revenge for Carol and settled the score with the group that framed his friend. Hey, why aren't you saying anything?
I'm thinking... we should try our best to bail him out when the trial commences.
Bail him out? Why?
Shh, keep it down! Haven't you realized? Both Vautrin and Carol are Neuvillette's most trusted subordinates. After everything that happened to Carol, Neuvillette's guaranteed to do everything he can to keep Vautrin around. Besides, now that the old regime has been uprooted, Neuvillette's status is secure as can be. As long as we redirect public opinion, Neuvillette will be able to give Vautrin a reprieve. The benefits are endless.
Huh.
That
was an interesting thought process.
This represents the justice he upholds. Please think about it. If the same thing had happened to you, wouldn't you feel the same way he did?
Yeah, that's right!
This whole thing started because of those despicable cowards who levied false accusations against Carol. How could Vautrin be declared guilty for seeking revenge?
I think he is going to be conflicted about this, and in a way that his thinking about how people think will change, but then he will blame himself for taking the bad route, or maybe he will think that okay, it was worth it.
Monsieur Neuvillette.
Mr. Vautrin is innocent! He's innocent!
It's not innocent, but the public opinion goes that way.
Order! I acknowledge your arguments. Vautrin, your revenge could be seen as a form of justice. I understand your decision, which is why I cannot help but feel regret and even grief about the judgment I must now impose. Personal justice does not equate to justice as defined by the law. To execute your plan for revenge, you abused your authority and conducted informal executions. Your actions have thus violated the law.
And I agree.
Therefore, you will be declared guilty.
What?
But his feeling of justice will probably take it, so he will be alright with it.
Can't be! Monsieur Neuvillette, please give this a little more thought. He has done so much for Fontaine.
Vautrin, my friend, is there anything else you want to say?
Neuvillette.
Oh no. No, okay. The good man is gone.
What have I done to deserve this? I've closely followed every one of your orders. Can't you see? Everyone in this room believes that I'm innocent. Why can't you just let me off? Is this what justice means to you? Answer me, Neuvillette!
Order. Since there have been no further objections, the Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vautrin. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, Mr. Vautrin will be declared guilty.
Goodbye, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Oh, who said it?
This all happened because of Carol's naive ideas.
How can different species peacefully coexist anyway?
With willpower. Wait, that's why we were here. What was that?
Apologies, it seems like my memories got the better of me. I tried my best to suppress the power of Hydro within myself, but it seems like it still caused the emotions within the Fountain of Lucine to boil over. Due to my negligence, the overflow of emotions and memories must have affected you as well. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Wow. The Hydro Dragon is more powerful than Paimon thought.
But you were not affected.
Anyways, the last time we came here, the Traveler only heard voices from the Fountain of Lucine. No emotions boiling over or anything.
It is as you said. This might be because I am different. It is not only the fountain. I can sense emotions from all waters in Fontaine. Rivers, lakes, and even the rain.
That sounds awesome!
But I rarely ever do anything like this. Emotions carried by water are always chaotic and disconnected. As an outsider, having my mind occupied with irrelevant memories isn't exactly a pleasant experience.
The memories I saw were related to you.
Which ones?
From when you brought Carol to the court of Fontaine to when you declared water guilty.
It's fine. I prefer not to speak of those memories. That does not mean I am deliberately hiding them. It was a coincidence, but perhaps it is a good thing that you saw everything in that form. You should now understand why I believe there to be a conspiracy behind all this. These two cases are much too similar. I felt like I needed to do something.
But I see the connection now. So yeah, I get it. And it had to be explained because otherwise we would not see why he's going after it. But I'm curious because maybe it will be addressed. What the public opinion was in between these times, because there's 400 years. So is it reviving itself, or was there always like a distance between Melusins and people? It wasn't just apparent to us until now.
Paimon's starting to lose track of what you're saying. Don't leave Paimon out of the conversation. Paimon wants to help too.
Then let us get back to the point. While I was investigating the fountain, I discovered something strange. I did not sense too much hatred towards me within its accumulated emotions.
Huh.
I don't know what caused this to happen, but it seems like there won't be a shortcut to finding the organization that may be pulling the strings here.
Okay, that's completely different sentence. However, I did find some resentment directed towards Kiara. If I remember correctly, it seemed to be related to a smuggling case.
However, I did find some resentment directed towards Kiara. If I remember correctly, it seemed to be related to a smuggling case.
I don't know what caused this to happen, but it seems like there won't be a shortcut to find the organization that may be pulling the strings here. Okay, so it was just switched up.
Oh, didn't we read about that in one of the documents?
You've read about it? In that case, the resentment should have come from that incident.
Huh? What are you doing here?
Hey, Navia!
I was just about to look for you at the Palais Mermonia.
Navia! Nice to see you again! Is there something we can help with?
I've heard some things, but I'm not purposely asking around or anything. Don't worry. Rumors are abroad that someone's scheming against Melusines, and that you're investigating the case.
Charlotte.
So I told the Spina di Rosula to keep an eye out for leads. We've had unfamiliar faces showing themselves at the Fleuve Cendre lately. Maybe you'll find the suspects among them.
Thank you. Where did you hear about all this?
Huh? Chlorine.
The Chief Justice out on investigation, accompanied by the Traveler from afar. No matter how you conceal your whereabouts, there will be countless eyes watching you. You talked to Kiara, but didn't ask her to keep things secret. People curious to know asked around for information, then it was only a matter of time before word of the threatening letter spread all across Fontaine.
So that's what Charlotte meant.
Indeed. I did not expect that this could be kept hidden for too long, but the rumors still spread faster than I imagined.
You know, it could be because you attract more attention than you think. Anyway, any progress with the investigation?
The suspects who threatened Kiara might have to do with a certain smuggling case, but it is still uncertain if there is in fact another party behind all this. We are planning to return to the Palais Mermonia to revisit some details and identify the senders of that threatening letter.
All right, then I'll round up the Spina di Rosula and follow up on their progress. Wait for my word. Ta-ta!
Ta-ta?
Neuvillette, do you think there'll be any problems now that the word is out?
I have already considered that possibility, and I do not think that there will be any. As a matter of fact, once the word gets out, no one would dare to harm Kiara in broad daylight. What is more important is how the case is perceived by the public. 400 years ago, they chose to side with the old regime and direct their resentment towards the Melusines.
Huh?
I hope the same won't happen again. Let us head back to the Palais.
The Palais. That's something that Jack Sparrow said. Palais.
Strange. What are these people doing out on the streets so late at night?
Huh?
Did something happen? Let's take a look around.
Interesting.
Have you heard? Someone's plotting against a Melusine. This is 100% the truth. Even the Chief Justice is investigating in person.
What?
That's it! Who's been threatening Melazines? Show yourself!
Show yourself.
Our enemies are lurking in the shadows and won't easily reveal themselves. But no amount of hiding will keep us from finding them.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. The guards have already begun to take action. We can't just stand by and watch. Think about how much we owe them. Now that they're in danger, how can we just sit back and do nothing?
Everyone, please stay alert to your surroundings from now on. If you see any suspicious persons, report them to the guards immediately.
But this might become a witch hunt this way. That they will point at everything, and they are not really the best to like point out injustice because it is basically done for them, and they find it like entertaining in some way.
It feels like you've been following me this whole time. Did something happen?
We were informed that.
Nope. We just finished our shifts and happened to be strolling by.
Have you had dinner yet? Why don't we check out the new items at the dessert shop together?
This isn't a good time to be out and about.
Come on, don't act tough. I bet you're hungry too.
All right, let's go buy a cake or something.
You shouldn't ever skip meals, especially if you have another shift scheduled for later.
Scheduled for later?
I heard even Neuvillette's keeping an eye on the situation. This is the perfect chance to get promoted. We gotta make sure we give it all we've got.
Seriously? Were you planning to shirk your duties if Neuvillette wasn't involved?
Relax, I was just playing. We've worked together for years now. If something happened to them, I'd be haunted by regret for the rest of my life.
That's more like it. We should stand guard until the criminal has been caught.
Come and fight me instead, you cowards!
Have you heard? Even the special patrol came to help.
Shh! Look! Isn't that Neuvillette? I think he's looking at us.
Looks like there's nothing to worry about.
This is truly wonderful.
So, wanna go over and say hi?
No, I should stay where I am. My appearance could give rise to unnecessary commotion. Let us stick to our plan and return to the Palais Mermonia. The faster we uncover the truth, the better.
Okay. So we're basically just getting Melazine lore until now. There will be an investigation, definitely. Maybe a trial as well. Because this case is not... at this point, I would say that it's not really about what's happening now, but it's more like just showing us what happened in... how Neuvillette got here, how the Melazines got here. Which is a clever way. I kinda use a similar method in my book. Maybe... not even just... which one was it? Was it the smuggling case? Yeah.
The smuggling case was solved by the joint forces of the guards and the Maréchaussée Phantom.
Yes.
This is the one.
Yep.
The list of involved suspects should be... ah, found it.
What does it say?
The principal offenders Domenico, Inica, Yuna, and others have been caught. They have been sent to the fortress of Meropide following trial.
Huh.
Those with close connections or mutual interests with the offenders but who did not participate in the case will not stand trial. Among them, surveillance of Essin has ceased on account of his good behavior. All other personnel remain on our watch list.
So many names. Is the one who sent that threatening letter to Kiara on the list?
Yes, there is something suspicious about Essin, to be precise. It seems like he's closely related to the core members of the smuggling case, and he moves around without much restriction.
Should we tell Navi about this?
Monsieur Neuvillette, someone claiming to be from the Spina du Rasula just checked in with us. He said, and I quote, "We have located the suspect. They're chatting at the cafe." Huh? How did Navia find them so quickly? We've only just figured out the suspect's name.
Well, she has her
I
connections.
too am perplexed. The cafe isn't too far from here. We should head over and take a look.
Let's go to the cafe. Mm-hmm. The Café of Mermonia. Or the Palais. Parlez-vous français? That was very shallow to just dive in. Oh, bad idea. Yo, do you have macarons? Huh? Huh?
Hey, Navia, we're here!
Shh.
Whoa. Check out all these people. Hey there, are you Navia's friends too?
These are the people who have had recent dealings at the Marechaussee Phantom. They're usually hidden in the Fleuve Cendre, but I sent for someone to invite them over.
Invite them over?
Exactly. Now, I heard there's great coffee here, and so I asked them if they'd like to come and have some.
Yeah, it's our pleasure to be guests of the Spina di Rosula.
when the mob does their work.
I've wanted to have a meetup like this for ages.
Something feels off.
They're a bit threatened.
But, oh well. Let's get back to business. Is there anyone called Essan here?
Yes, that's me.
Huh? Huh?
You're Essa?
Yes, monsieur Neuvillette.
Did you write that threatening letter to Kiara?
I did, but I was just following orders.
Orders from whom?
Domenico. He was my boss. I couldn't disobey his orders.
Domenico? Where is he now?
The fortress of Meropide.
Well, I'm afraid even the Spina would have trouble looking into that place. Looks like you'll have to make the trip yourselves. This was as much as I could do.
You've done more than enough. I am extremely grateful for your help.
That was a quick interaction.
Leave the formalities for later. You should find Domenico first. If he really is the one setting up the conspiracy, it'd be best if he's exposed as soon as possible.
All right then, let's head to the fortress right now.
Okay. So we're just taking time. Go to the fortress of Meropide. There you go. Sheesh. Okay, so it's that level. It's already with Risley, probably. Yeah.
It's Monsieur Neuvillette.
Welcome to the Fortress of Meropide, dear esteemed guests.
We're back! Oh, and a greeting from none other than the Duke himself! Guess we made a name for ourselves at this place.
This isn't anything new.
I figured you had important matters to discuss when the two of you, not to mention the Chief Justice, showed up. Let's assume we've gone through the pleasantries and cut right to the chase.
You tell Wrightsley about the threat letter Kian received.
I do remember a thing or two about Domenico. He once attempted to round up the other inmates and instigate a protest.
Who does this guy think he is? Paimon hopes nothing came of it.
He once attempted to, I said, meaning that it was over before it even started. And now he's threatening Melazines, is he? To be honest, Domenico doesn't seem like much of a conspirator. The fact that the three of you bothered to personally investigate raises a flag. Is there something else going on behind the scenes here?
He's got the same concerns we do.
Kinda.
I'm concerned about this incident because something similar has occurred in the past. I wish to meet Domenico in person and have my questions answered. That's an easy one. Let me think. I think he's at...
Did I hear someone say Melazine? What happened? Sijuin!
Melazine named Kiara received a threatening letter.
And we're investigating. The person who threatened her seems to be imprisoned here. Really? Is Kiara gonna be okay?
There's no need to worry. Clarande is protecting her as we speak.
Well, that's great. But if the criminal's still... Is there anything you can do about this?
Ah, head nurse. Do you require me to personally deal with the criminal?
I guess that would be brutal.
Wrightsley. Okay, I get it. I'll bring Domenico to you. That's your only demand, correct?
Actually, I just thought of it. This... And there are scars on the face. This makes me think of Squall Leonhardt in Final Fantasy VIII. There are some similarities.
Think of it as more of a humble request. I'm here on my own accord, not to formally transfer a criminal for trial. I urge you to set aside any concerns. Thanks for the trouble. Consider me in your debt.
Whoa! If Paimon were the Duke, Paimon would take this chance to ask for something really important.
Well, were I still a criminal, I'd probably ask for a lighter sentence. But I'm sure Monsieur Neuvillette would reject that. But enough jokes. I'll look for Domenico and bring him to you. Make yourselves at home. Our dear head nurse has mentioned you quite a few times, so I'm sure she has a lot to say.
Yeah, they met.
Please come with me to the infirmary.
Basically the first time.
There's some pretty dark areas, so make sure you don't trip over anything.
The first time since we are here. Or in Fontaine, I mean. Okay. Enjoy the meal. I don't know how... In the stream I saw that someone just like clicked on it in some way. Okay. Thanks for your patronage. Suspicious lasagna? Okay, have another. Just kidding. What did I do? Obtain a twice lucky fortune slip. Whatever. I guess I did.
Being too popular can be such a hassle.
Yep. It's the upper level.
Did Neuvillette just walk by?
Now that I think about it, I can leave this place soon. Huh? I'm Oriole, a member of the Mutual Aid Network. Is there something you need?
Huh. No options to talk.
I must have been mistaken.
What? Why would you have been mistaken?
Please rest here for a moment. Oh, and would anyone like anything to drink?
Water, please, from
Paimon's not that thirsty, but thanks anyway.
Chingsey Village.
Thirst is a warning sign that you're dehydrated, which means you have to drink up even before that. I'll bring you some tea. I'm sure you'll have a lot to talk about. Typical Sijun. Concerned about everyone's health as always.
Yeah.
Why aren't you two saying anything?
The criminals we passed by earlier.
You noticed them too. The badges they wore on their chests looked quite familiar.
Familiar? Paimon didn't even realize they were wearing them. But if both of you say so, let's go ask them about it.
Paimon and I will go. You're not exactly a sight for sore eyes around here.
That's not a bad idea. I will stay here and wait for news from you.
Mm-hmm. I only saw 2 of those guys, so... What's in here? Hey, Lutz. Are you here to send a letter? If you send a letter... Okay, so that's... something... as... unnecessary. I guess I've never been there. Yo.
Anything you need?
The badge you're wearing?
Oh, this? Are you interested in joining the Mutual Aid Network?
What's that?
We have a very long history, going back as far as 400 years ago.
Oh, how come? What? How coincidental.
We have never had many members throughout our history, nor do we have much of a reputation, but everyone treats each other like family.
Oh yeah.
Helping each other is our purpose. At the same time, we seek to maintain just dealings as much as possible.
Do you have any Melazin members?
Sounds like a pretty neat organization.
All we want is to defend ourselves. None of us have ever committed serious crimes, and we're not especially powerful either. We're at a natural disadvantage here in the fortress. But people won't give us a hard time if we stick together.
Right.
Interested in joining the Mutual Aid Network? If you'd like to learn more, here's our flyer.
Help each other. Do all you can to further justice. Do not test just judgment. The above are the 3 principles of the Mutual Aid Network. All are welcome to join, and membership is free. There are no compulsory group events. Mutual Aid Network encourages members to do what they are able, including but not limited to cleaning, exercising, tutoring, and studying. It is hoped that the Mutual Aid Network, which is short for MAN, members will MAN is short for Mutual Aid Network. Members will, during their time in the Fortress of Maripede, face up to the crimes they have committed, encourage each other, support each other, and welcome the future together. Okay.
Our slogan may have evolved over the centuries, but our goal has remained unchanged. Here, this book is for you. You're welcome to come and sign up anytime.
We got a book of Oh. Oh, there it is.
You two look kind of familiar.
The badge you're wearing?
It's the symbol of the mutual aid network designed by our first president. From what I've heard, it's based on something called a Medal of Peace. I've never seen one of those medals for myself, though.
Medal of Peace?
The first president of our network was an amazing person. Powerful as he was, he never used his strength against anyone. He encouraged the weaker criminals to stick together and look out for each other. All of us have a lot of respect for him.
And his name is like Walter?
You should have gathered enough information. Let's head back and talk to Neuvillette.
Oh, have I done the dailies this way? Probably. Yep. Okay. What's with the guide? Nothing, probably. Mm-hmm.
Did you manage to gather any intel?
The people who wore the badges belong to an organization called the Mutual Aid Network. According to them, the badge's design was inspired by the Medal of Peace. Have you seen any of those before?
I personally crafted 2 of them myself. They were awarded to Carol in Vautrin. Carol's medal was destroyed in a fire. The only one that remained should belong to Vautrin.
Oh, so the network was inspired by...
Monsieur Neuvillette, His Grace has requested your presence in his office. He's found Domenico.
All right. Let us talk to him first and get to the bottom of this situation.
Okay. Now, as things are going, I'm getting hungry, so I probably won't be doing the Farina quest before I'm going to eat. We'll see if I get back here right after that. We're spending a lot of time here in the fortress. I guess nobody likes this place.
Allow me to introduce this fine gentleman, Domenico. Why don't you explain everything to him?
Neuvillette?
Oh, yeah.
What do you want? What are you gonna do? Kill me?
Calm down. I merely want to ask you a few questions. Was it your idea to send that letter to a Melusine? Saint has already confessed, so there really isn't any need to keep hiding.
That idiot! I can't believe I trusted him.
I mean, he was in the same situation that you are in now.
Let me ask this another way. It was your idea to send that letter, correct?
Yes.
Who is pulling your strings?
What?
Yeah, he knows.
You're not trying to frame me for something I haven't done, are you?
It's best if you realize the gravity of your situation. The Chief Justice of Fontaine has been personally investigating your case. I assume your previous attempt to incite unrest at the Fortress of Meripede has something to do with this as well.
I admit I acted on impulse. I'll tell you the truth. But before that, you must ensure my safety.
I can do that.
You see, we're all reasonable people here.
I only intended to do some small business at first. Someone contacted me about delivering some goods and promised me a generous sum of more in return. After making a few trips, I was suddenly approached by the Maréchaussée Phantom. They accused me of smuggling prohibited items, and I was put on trial. But I refused to accept any of that. The ignorant can be rightfully absolved from guilt, right? Well, I suspect that someone got me locked up here so they could get their hands on my goods.
The ignorant can be rightfully absolved from guilt. Do I know some words wrong? No, he actually says what I think he says. It's not how justice works. Ignorance is not an excuse. It can be like helping the case that if something wasn't intentional, but even if it wasn't intentional, if you know, let's go with the most obvious, that if you kill somebody but it wasn't your intention, then it's still something that you're guilty for. It's more like an intentional cold-blooded killing is much different than from an accidental one, and it has to be investigated how much it matters, but it's more like the question of how much, not yes or no.
And then you decided to take revenge on the Melazines? Over that?
Ignorance is not an excuse, by the way. You're hopeless. Yeah, definitely.
My initial target was Neuvillette. Everyone in the forces of Meropide was declared guilty by him, after all. So they must more or less hold a grudge against them, right? If I could get them to strike back. But for some reason, no one wanted to team up with me. That mutual aid network in particular. What did those nobodies even gain from trying to challenge me? Seriously.
What the fuck, this man?
In the end, I had to redirect my focus onto Melazines to salvage things. I recall that Kiara was the one who confiscated my goods for inspection, so I asked one of the more approachable guards to send a letter, claiming that I meant to contact my family. But the letter was in fact addressed to Essa. I requested that he write a threat letter to Kiara and force her to resign from the Marechaussee Phantom.
Am I to assume that the claims you've made are your own thoughts? Have you been in contact with any suspicious people recently?
No.
Is it true that all members involved in the smuggling scandal have been caught?
He seems like he's like just throwing it out and it's their fault, but I don't think he was the mastermind behind it.
Yes, and that's all I know.
No, but even his wording, that's all I know. But then...
Sigewinne, please take him back to the detention center. I'll deal with him later. So, Monsieur Neuvillette, you were concerned that there might be a shadowy faction looking to capitalize on the delicate situation with the Melazines to stir up greater chaos?
Because I think he is just covering for the man. I'm that mutually something.
Yes, I experienced a similar incident in the past, so I had to be prepared for any possibility.
And how long ago was this incident?
More than 400 years.
Ah.
You might be overthinking this.
Reasonable thought, but we just met these people.
Time can change a lot of things. Everything's different now.
What do you mean?
400 years ago, you and the Melazines you brought to Fontaine were the outliers in society. But in the present day, if someone were to threaten the safety of the Melazines, people wouldn't just sit back and do nothing. I trust that they would make different choices from before.
How do you know that?
We saw lots of people standing up for Melazines on our way back to the Palais Mermonia.
I'm just asking because he's right down here all the time, and here there is only Sigewinne.
Monsieur Neuvillette, the Melazines are a species you introduced to Fontaine. How the public treats them is also reflective of their attitude towards you. When people refused to place their trust in Melusines, it was because they were still on the fence about you, their unfamiliar Chief Justice. For almost 500 years, you've conducted every trial with impartiality. You made the right judgment each time, regardless of whatever nonsense went on.
Definitely was the case with water.
People no longer have any reservations about you and even consider you a symbol of the law. Right now, your every decision will impact all of Fontaine. In other words, you've gradually transformed the whole nation.
Interesting. How as he's thinking, it doesn't do it anymore. Probably because it's the end of the line. But his eyes were like changing between thoughts.
Paimon gets it now. No wonder no one wanted to join forces with Domenico.
Tragedies like that won't ever happen again.
I am undeserving of such high compliments. From my perspective, I have simply been fulfilling my duties. It isn't anything special or worthy of praise. I'm simply fulfilling the promises I've made and searching for answers through my judgments. It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard. The complexity of human emotions and willpower far exceed those of mine. As a matter of fact, I believe that you are the ones who deserve my respect.
That's one thing, but as your opinion is that, others have different opinions and others have respect, and respect really means a lot in human society.
There's no need to be so modest. The current state of affairs says it all. You're no longer that outsider you were before. Even if you wished to investigate something on your own, many would take the initiative to lend you a hand.
Definitely.
I must say that you've made a fair point. Thank you for clearing my doubts. Now that the case has been settled, I should get going.
Huh? You're leaving?
Definitely.
And so soon, too? Why not stay for a cup of tea?
I was waiting for that.
Thank you for the offer, but I know how this place works all too well. While some are here to redeem themselves, there will inevitably be those who harbor resentment towards me. The less time I spend here, the better. My presence could very well result in an unwanted disturbance.
In that case, I'll have to insist. I still have 2 more things to say.
Please,
okay.
Go ahead.
The first is about the guard who helped Domenico send that letter.
I know of what you speak. The guard was indeed deployed from the Palais Memornia's staff. However, as I mentioned earlier, I visited today on personal business. Therefore, I leave that matter in your hands.
Well, that makes things a lot easier.
You're not going to...
Hey now, don't let your imagination run wild. Those from up there have a tendency to sympathize with others. However, down here, such thoughts will put you at high risk. I'll have a chat with the guard and remind him to take precautions in the future.
I see no issues with that.
Great! That's one thing out of the way. What's the other thing you wanted to say?
The other thing was born from my own sense of curiosity. Now, I've heard that you investigated the mutual aid network. Is that right?
Yep. Neuvillette thought their badges looked familiar.
I noticed the small gang as well when I first took over the Fortress of Meripede. They were not great in number, but every member always made sure to stand up for what was right. I've looked into their founder, Vautrin, who once stood trial and was sentenced to imprisonment in the fortress. According to existing documentation, Vautrin remained disciplined throughout his imprisonment. He had never once engaged in physical or verbal aggression. In other words, how he presented himself in prison was very different from his behavior in court.
Ah. Interesting.
What?
Doesn't he hate... I mean, didn't he hate Neuvillette?
During his trial, I could sense that his feelings were complicated. He appeared to be full of resentment, and I believe he had every right to feel that way.
Perhaps he had been putting on an act.
Interesting. That would be so freaking cool. Not that's a twist. Not that's if that's the case, then Votran, sorry to call you Votran was very smart, because actually that showed people that Neuvillette would even people thought they are in cahoots, but Neuvillette would go even against those who are considered to be on his side, because justice is more important. So it did, and because he did the same with Carol, that he did put up an act that was necessary for people to see it that way, and he took before that that Neuvillette did not see, I guess. He took all responsibility, and that's why even when he was on court, it seemed like it derived very, very much from how he presented himself previously. So it might have been his plan all along. Then that guy, not even Neuvillette, okay, Neuvillette proved his point for 400 years, but that guy kickstarted it. The public perception about Neuvillette, and that's so freaking cool. Yes.
Neuvillette and Vautrin had a close relationship as superior and subordinate. Vautrin must have known that the Chief Justice would make an impartial judgment. Thus, the more resentment he displayed, the clearer it would be to those present that you were upholding justice.
Yes.
And to those who had been sitting on the fence, Vautrin's act was a very meaningful one.
Yes. Yes.
That's all from me. Does anyone else have anything to say? Now's your chance.
That's hats off. That's 5 head, 10 head.
I don't have anything to say. Apart from expressing my gratitude, that is. Well then, let us head back. No need to see us off.
That was cool, but there was no tea.
Please, take care.
Okay, especially if that's the conclusion. I'm not sure what else could be the conclusion.
That trial is something I rarely bring up in conversation, but I have always felt deep regret for what happened to both Carol and Vautrin. The words he spoke in court often replay in my mind, as if urging me on to do something.
But Risley said he never resented you, right? Isn't that a good thing?
I believe I now understand what he wanted to tell me. I feel conflicted about those words. How should I describe it? Surprise, relief, fear, and regret. But this blend of emotions has led me to finally understand some things. I would like to hear your thoughts, too. What do you think of me?
Paimon agrees with everything Risley says.
Yeah.
As Chief Justice, every single one of your trials makes an impact on Fontaine. What do you think, Traveler? Hey, any comments?
I have thoughts.
What I really think is...
Oh. Not just in our conquests anymore.
Every trial you've ever judged has left its impression on you. And that's what makes you who you are today.
As the Hydro Dragon Sovereign, Neuvillette still thinks of himself as an outsider due to his identity. But so much time has passed since then, perhaps the lines between him and humans have long since blurred.
That is indeed a reasonable assumption. As I said, I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself. But I trust your judgment. Since some time ago, I have begun to notice the changes that have occurred upon my person. These changes were not due to any specific occurrence, but emerged as a result of time itself. I will try to contemplate this further. Thank you both.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, huh? It's raining! Oh no, Paimon forgot to bring an umbrella! Come on, let's hurry before it rains harder!
But he could stop it if he wanted.
It's raining again? I've had enough of this weather.
There go my travel plans.
Did you read the news this morning? Quick, put away everything on the clothesline.
When is this rain going to stop?
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
They're planning to reanimate the monster. We have to report this to the Chief Justice.
The Fortress of Mirapede. It's a good place for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that was good.
He owes me so many answers.
Neuvillette? You could say he's the real symbol of Fontaine's justice.
Watch him closely. He could be trouble.
Oh, he knows all that through the rain.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
Good morning, Monsieur Neuvillette! The rainy season's almost over! The skies are supposed to clear in a few days!
I hope you find time to enjoy the sunny days ahead.
The memory of them cleared the day. Oh, there they are.
Is the matter resolved?
Huh?
Yep, we found the person who sent that threatening letter. Risley said he'd keep a close eye on him, so the Melusines should be safe now.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sorry for dragging you all into this.
There's no need to apologize.
Yeah, you didn't drag us in. We got involved of our own accord.
By the way, where's Kiara?
Oh, somebody has killed her.
At the Palais Mermonia, more than 50 people offered to protect her. Some even hid within the bushes to look out for danger.
Okay, that's good.
I was worried that the excess of protection would make her feel uneasy, so I asked her to stay inside the Palais. It's very safe in there.
What a relief.
But I like how much people like the Melusines.
Well, now it looks like the dust has finally settled. To celebrate this joyous occasion, Monsieur Neuvillette, would you be interested in an exclusive interview?
Say yes. Just say yes.
That's not how you celebrate.
Well, Charlotte would.
I will consider it.
Really?
Of course. My schedule is full for the following weeks, but I should be available next month. Come up with questions during the intervening days, and I will answer them to the best of my ability.
Oh, she'll be so happy.
Yes! Thank you so much, monsieur!
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must head back to the Palais and issue a communique to publicize our investigation results. I hope it will assuage the concerns of all.
Oh, she will be so happy. She will be so happy. Charlotte?
Oh, an exclusive interview! Am I dreaming? What should I ask him?
I don't think that you asked something like that ever.
Don't let anything hold you back. Make the most of this opportunity and ask away.
I agree. He'll decline any question he can't answer anyway, so you might as well give all of them a shot.
Yeah? That's exactly how it...
Oh, an exclusive interview!
Oh, okay, so it's the same.
Anything.
I agree.
But I will definitely make a picture here. Mm-hmm. Okay, a little bit like this. Let's hide that. Let's confident think. No, confident. Yeah. Should I? I think I strike a pose. Why not? Shouldn't have. Oh, maybe. No, a little bit. Yes. It's almost. That perfect. That's one perfect. I mean. There, okay. So a little bit distance, then change the composition. Okay, let's get rid of that. Now we are winking.
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.
I guess this is good enough. Oh, main theme here. No, that's too
Being
much.
too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much?
Sheesh. I hate that it's so freaking sensitive. Okay. And one more from the other side. That should have been so cool from here up from upwards. I think from this side it just doesn't look cool. Whatever. Maybe I should have done this. Okay, let's Look at the camera. And hide person info.
Boring! Isn't there anything else more interesting to do?
How can I? Why can't I? Oh, I'm pressing wrong buttons here. How would I be able to?
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.
Yep, something like this is all right. Okay, okay. Took way too much time. Teleport. Do. Yeah, I will not get into the Firina quest. But this was a wholesome one. I really liked it. I mean, I expected another twist, but that twist with the guy at the end that he was just putting up an act, that those are the best. Oh, Kira. Can I only just sit in the middle? Eh? Not that it's a good composition, but I did it. I don't know. Should I? Oh, okay. Let's talk to her.
Kiara?
Monsieur Neuvillette? Sorry, I accidentally fell asleep.
Why standing?
It's quite all right. I'm here to tell you that we have caught the sender of that threatening letter. You're safe now.
Thank you, Monsieur. And thank you too, Traveler and Big Sis Paimon. Everyone's been so nice to me, so I've always felt really safe.
Do you remember Domenico? He was the sender of that letter.
Let me think. I can't remember. My memory isn't that good, so I easily forget things. By the way, I saw Carol in my dreams just now. Where's she gone, by the way? I haven't seen her in a long time.
Oh, you kinda don't know.
In my dream, she looked really happy. She held my hand and said, "Kiara, our dreams have finally come true." I can't remember what our dreams were anymore, and I don't know why. But I felt really happy too.
I can sense your joy. It is indeed a delightful moment.
Monsieur Neuvillette, are you happy too? Oh, I almost forgot! Am I allowed to go out now? I promised to model for Alov.
Of course. Off you go.
See you next time, Monsieur, Traveler, and Big Sis Paimon.
See you next time.
Smile a little. Then that concludes it. Oh, we can talk to him. Tommy?
I once thought that time was of no consequence to me. Distance yourself from others and stay focused on your work. A few years or a few hundred, it's all the same.
Distance yourself from others?
But after all this, I've realized that perhaps this way of thinking is fundamentally flawed.
Definitely.
The passing of time has its own consequences. The answer that I've been searching for amongst all those lives. Perhaps it's life itself.
Yep. 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 Okay. That was cute and wholesome. That's it. And I put out my theory as well. Mostly. I mean, it would be cool if I would have the time and patience and whatnot, like to make it. Did we even have a fight in this? We don't even have any fight. I don't remember putting up a shield. So, I would like to collect it all together and make a cohesive, but I cannot promise anything. So it might be that because this was not cohesive. That this was just like my thought process. But what I'm writing down is more like I have an idea how it would be very cool to present my idea with the clues, including the clues. I'm not saying how I would be doing it. If I do it, then I think it would be a cool video. It wouldn't be as long as I was explaining it here, because it would be cut and like condensed the way it should be. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Who knew? So now it's the other thingy. I don't even know what I should use my resin for. I think maybe I will go artifact hunting, but that's just one time. I mean, there will be more during the day, but I think that for the rest of the week it's going to be just artifact hunting. I'm thinking what else could I use it for? Also,
tea parties are a must for the well.
Just because we are here, I still didn't do this. I should. Let's see. They will probably talk on during this one, right?
Mannered.
So there's still 8. There's still 9. I will jump over the Wrisley for now. I will go for the Farina one. Then, because like the whole summer except Nahida and Alhaitham, whole summer is here. Here even Lini is missing because I didn't do any of these. Any of these I didn't do. The hangouts. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The same, 9. So I should do hangouts as well from time to time. Oh, and even Sayu. Not all 4 stars have hangouts as I can see. I think Beidou I did not do on stream. I don't know about the Tomo, but I really hope that we won't have to go to that granny ever again. That was like that's torture to talk to that lady when it's voice acted.
If
you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.
Shouldn't even do dailies because I basically done it already. So other than Alhaitham, I think it's only Alhaitham's story quest that I did not do on stream. So I'm still planning to do them on stream, which wasn't the case a few months ago. It's just
Welcome.
I have
Thank you for completing today's commission.
I have new appreciation for the game because of the story, because of the lore has deepened in me a lot. So it's quite different now. Whatever, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go eat, and I have some stuff to do.
There'll be an extra fee for that.
Even though it's very early in the morning and it will be like noon after. I don't know how tired I will be at that point. When I will have time again, but maybe I will have a nap. Shut up. Maybe I will have a nap and then get back to. But whatever, I have some time to do it. I'm just disorganized. But whatever. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.